What up, though, y'all? It's Chris, broadcasting to you from the D. And I've been seeing a lot of different news stories kind of either be ignored entirely or they'll change the details of it so that it sounds like something else. And what am I talking about? Well, over Memorial Day weekend, there was a boat party in the Myrtle Beach area. It had over 100 people there, and when the boat docked, people were getting off. Somehow, some way, a gigantic brawl broke out amongst the people who decided to go on this 3 hour boat ride, and 10 people were shot. Now, we don't know if any of those 10 people, any of them have died, critical condition, what. The news was being very vague about the details. And legacy media is wondering why people are backing off in terms of trusting them as a source. It's because they, a lot of times, and I think it's always been this case, but we're just seeing it a lot more now because we're paying more attention. They will outright make up news, or they will change the details of it so that the story appears to be something different than what it is. They made it seem like in the news report that, oh, some popular harbor town in South Carolina, 10 people were shot. It was very vague. They did not say anything about it being a boat party. So I've seen the flyer for it. That's how I know for a fact it was a boat party. The flyer, it looked ratchet as all get out, right? It had a chick on there, in a bikini, two pictures of her in a bikini. The rest of the pictures, it had a couple guys up top on the flyer. It has several overweight women with bad weave jobs and stupid tattoos. And in the upper left hand corner of it, you had to have your token stud in there. So you guys remember in my black fatigue video, I made a comment saying certain things I'm just not going to go to because the possibility for something stupid to happen is too high. This is such a thing. I looked at that flyer and I couldn't believe that not only did people sign up to go to this thing, but the amount that they did. The flyer said Jackie O and friends, B-Day Bash boat party. All right, it was talking about the admission, you get light snacks, there was VIP options available where drinks were included. And again, when I looked at that flyer, I was like, there's no way I would have ever went to something like this. Because we do stuff like this here. We do stuff like this here all the time. You got the Detroit Princess. Now, to my knowledge, I could be wrong. To my knowledge, the Detroit Princess don't typically have that sort of goofy stuff happening. I've entertained the idea of possibly going on the Princess to do they little whatever trip around the Detroit River, but I've never actually followed through on it. Just kind of entertain the idea. The concern that something goofy like this would happen is why I've never actually jumped out there and did it. If you looked at that flyer and you thought that going to this thing was a good idea, I don't know, man. You get what you get. I mean, you really should have had the presence of mind to know that it was going to be some foolery attached to a situation like this. Whenever you get a crowd of black folks like this, and yeah, this is me saying the uncomfortable part out loud. Whenever you get a crowd of black folks together like this, not all black folks, again, a certain demographic of black folks, alcohol, ratchet women, some of the most silly music promoting violence and bucking authority and all this sort of stuff. You get these things together, something's gonna happen, more likely than not. I mean, I don't know how this didn't happen on the water. Fortunately, it didn't. But dang, another scenario where mofos can't just get off the damn boat without incident. Remember, not that long ago, we had that, what was it, a Carnival Cruise brawl? A bunch of people got to fighting or whatever, getting off the boat. What is it about getting off the boat that's a problem? You get on the boat fine, y'all somehow coexist during the trip. What is it about exiting the boat that now mofos got to cut up? I'm to the point to where I don't even think I want to do a cruise. My sister in California, she goes on cruises regularly. She's asked me to come a few different times. She's asked me to come again. I don't know, man. I don't know about that. I don't know if I want to be on a cruise with a bunch of black folks, and it's going to be a lot more black folks because you got the whole buy now, pay later thing going on. So people who couldn't afford to go to this stuff before, it's now accessible to them. And unfortunately, when you deal with a certain demographic of people that are like poverty level, the chances of this sort of thing happening is that much higher. I don't ever be hearing about situations like this happening when the group of people are upper middle class, or people that are making, if it's, okay, I'm going to keep it a buck again. This is me saying the uncomfortable part out loud. If you have an event where everybody there makes $100K and up, it's not going to end up on the news. It's not. Never does. It's only when you bring in broke, unruly people that never would have been able to afford to be there before, but now are able to with the power of buy now, pay later, that you get things like this happening over and over and over. So, yeah, Unc gonna hang back. Don't invite me to your party. I ain't coming. I'm too old to deal with certain stuff. I don't want to deal with this type of nonsense. I don't want to go to some party and be anxious the whole time. Our mofos gonna be able to get off this damn thing without incident? I'll just stay home. So, the news didn't report this thing initially, and then when they did report it, they didn't report it accurately. And I'd be willing to bet that the reason why they didn't report it accurately is because black fatigue has become a conversation now. And here it is, yet another example of black folks behaving in a way that falls in line with why white people say they don't want to be bothered. They didn't want to give people that stick to fight them with, essentially, metaphorically speaking. I'm gonna leave it there though, y'all. Y'all let me know what you think. Hit me with a like if you like what I do. Hit me with a sub if you like what I do. Hit me in them comments. I'll holler at y'all soon. Peace.